We're doing a lot to organizations. I've fought organizations over the years in terms of group dynamics and relational issues between employees. And it's not different from work I do with couples, frankly. In other words, you're still trying to figure out how your body responds to stress, to slow it down. With organizations, I also teach about group dynamics. But what I'm really trying to push with organizations right now is the idea that their employees are healthier, are more productive, they show up more often, they make less mistakes, and they have less on-the-job accidents when they're in healthy, connected relationships than others. In other words, if I had to choose between somebody who does a monster workouts schedule and another person who, with the same age, the same skills, had a very connected relationship, and I knew that, I would pick the second person every time. Because I know, based on data, they're going to make me more money. Frankly, it fixes the bottom line. Also, just in terms of retention, people stay with organizations longer if they are healthier in their relationships. And given that it takes about 150% of a person's salary and benefit package for a year to replace them, and at the blue-collar level, at the managerial level, it takes 250% of their annual salary benefit package to replace them. This is a huge investment. And so we can really say that by changing the way employees go with their home life, or by making them support for their home life, we can have a dramatic effect on the bottom line. There's a term in research on employees called presenteeism, and that's the idea that your employee can be sitting at their desk and be 100 miles away if they've just identified at home. When we do a special program for partners to travel, and the fact is, if you've been working all weekend with your partner about your travel schedule and your job, on Monday morning you fly out of confident and successful, you're not fully there. There's just no way. You have a variety of options as an organization. I mean, you can from like version 2, whatever. I would be glad to talk to a manager or HR vice president or whatever about our different options. But just going down through the list, we can come out and help develop a wellness program in-house. We can offer a series of seminars for your employees, or conceivably maybe just have a one-shot deal where we come out, or I would come out and do a talk for your company or for your employees. And variations in that. You may want to do an evening event where you invite spouses and have them partake in this event as well. The additional pieces that we can do is anything along those lines, consultation, help you work through difficult employee situations, and some of the stuff that's not related to marriage or relationships in general is typically talks around interpersonal dynamics, group dynamics, just transitions in a group are predictable group things that happen when a company goes through major change, even if it's good change. Seeing companies that move to a brand new building and would have employees that are absolutely resistant because they were so used to the old building. It doesn't matter if it's a rat hole, basically. But working with companies about how they can make transitions more efficient, and really working with managers about not taking employee reactions quite personally, and really thinking this is a very predictable situation, I think it will move through very quickly.